This is the drill press. It's a very safe machine that we use. Whenever we use this machine, whatever your workpiece is, in this case it's this board, you want to make sure that you are either clamping it down with a clamp like one of these guys, or you have enough room to be able to hold it down by your hand. We want to make sure that our depth is set properly before we even use it. In this case, I would have to lower the the bit significantly to drill the entire way through the piece of wood. Now, this brings up a good point. Now, since I'm down here, what you do not want to do is this. Okay, you do not want to just leave this go. You always want to have your hand on this crank at all times. You always want to be in control of the speed of the depth. Okay, you always want to be able to control this. Additionally, let's say I was drilling through this. As you're making your transition from low to high, that's when you really need to grab onto this, because if you don't have this board supported and you just go at it and lift up on it, chances are that the bit is going to get stuck on this wood. It's going to start swinging the wood. So that brings up another point. If you have a long board like this drill bit spins in this direction. We want to make sure that the drill bit is on the left side of us, so in case it does grab, it'll spin away from us. If we had it over here and we grab it and start spinning, it would spin towards us and potentially hit us in the head. This right here is called the chuck. This has the sliding jaws that either opens or closes depending on the size of the bit. The larger the bit, the wider it opens. You use this key right here to open and shut the chuck. Okay, and loosen it up. This will fall right out. Now, as you go to install the bit back in, we need to make sure that it's centered in here. So I'm going to tighten it by hand, and then I'm going to spin the whole cylinder by hand. Now, if it looks centered, it's good. If it doesn't look centered, it's going to spin with a wobble to it. And if that's the case, you need to loosen it up and then try to center it again. Once you have it hand tight, that's when you go back to your key and you tighten it up. Okay? Now, every time you insert a bit, you always need to double check the depth, because you're never going to put it in the same spot twice.